this is Charlie from Charlie's Awesome World of Adventures, and welcome back to the Review Circle. With Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness just coming out today in the UK, I think we'll tackle the first Doctor Strange to see if it's any good. Stephen Strange is a doctor who's good at his job, but not the nicest to his peers. However, after a nasty crash in his car, he loses his hand. When going to find a way to have them healed, he meets up with the Sorcerer Supreme, who offered to teach even that and magic and powers. So this was actually an MCU film I've been pretty interested to check out for a while. Oh, it looked like it was going to be a little fun. And after really enjoying Doctor Strange's character in No Way Home, I knew I had to see this film soon. So, and I thought, well, this is the week when Doctor Strange 2 comes out, so I thought I'd see it now. And luckily, I can honestly at least say that this might be in my top 5 favourite MCU films. It's definitely not the best, but it still is a pretty good film on its own. So let's dive into the characters, which are all really handled very well in this movie. In fact, I'd say one of the film's strongest points. Starting with Stephen Strange. At first, he's kind of the typical love-to-hate kind of jerk character at the beginning, who's not the nicest to his peers. However, for when joins the Sorcerer Supreme, he has to learn to put his cockiness aside, as he needs to concentrate and focus on his new powers. To help him with that, Mordo, who believes Strange can be able to do it, Wong, a librarian who has a key interest in Strange, and the Ancient One, who's like Stephen's teacher. But they're not the only ones that help Strange, as there's one of his doctor employees, Christine, who doesn't have the greatest relationship with Stephen. But as the film goes on, they do start to grow a bit of a bond for each other. I won't say a romantic bond, but a nice bond on between them. And then there's or however you pronounce it. Anyway, he had the potential to be an amazing villain. Seriously, he's got an amazing voice, because as the actor did an amazing job. He has a pretty strong backstory, and the way how he's treated, it's like a to the main booth. As having him as the main, but still having as the main villain, is very well done. However, but they don't really give him enough screen time. Sure, if he had a lot more, then he'd definitely be one of the best SMCU villains. But since he didn't have enough screen time himself, there's not really much he can do. I also want to give huge props to the actors for doing a really good job. Especially with Benedict Cumberbatch, or however you pronounce his last name, and doing a strong job as Dr. Stephen Strange. He did an amazing job with his character, and he should be very proud of his performance. And now we come to the story. At first, it seems like it will be the typical origin story in a for a superhero. However, there are a lot of layers that really makes this film. In fact, I consider the story was handled much better than you would expect. One thing that keeps the movie quite interesting is the lore of the magic and how it's used. How the sorcerers can get their magic by focus and concentration. So they're not the type of people that are just born with their magic right away. They have to earn it. And the film does a good job at demonstrating that. It also centers a lot on the world building of the MCU. As it introduces the sorcerers, the Supreme, and you get really interested to know what they're. How they. Also, while it's not really a comedy, it does offer a bit of humour, and the jokes actually aren't that bad. In fact, they're pretty funny. Managed to get at least a few big laughs or a couple of chuckles out of me. If I did have a problem with the story, it would have to be the pacing, though. Especially at the beginning. Sure, the opening is nice, showing how Stephen is struggling, and the pacing does pick up as soon as Stephen meets the Sorcerer Supreme. It's just for the first few minutes, and the pacing is really, and I mean really slow. Seriously, it takes a good while to get through everything, and where they could have sped a few things up. But that's only a nitpick, as it mainly happens more at the beginning than at the end. But then there's what I consider the movie's biggest highlight. Now, I'm just going to say right now that Avengers Endgame is my favourite MCU film. But while that is my favourite MCU film, Doctor Strange is my favourite looking MCU film. Seriously, the visuals in this movie are absolutely phenomenal. No. Oh, you might want to sit down because I'm going to be talking a bit about how amazing this movie looks. First, the costumes. I can say that I really like the uses of the costumes. These aren't your ordinary superheroes. They're more treated as sorcerers, so they make the costumes look like they're sorcery as superheroes. They also show that some of the clothing, like Doctor Strange's cape, can have their own features and effects to make them stand out, making them really unique. Also, the film does put a lot of costume design on with the makeup to make it stand, and that especially on the villains, and to make them like a strong threat for Stephen's face. But if I had to say what the true highlight of this movie would be, visually, it's got to be the use of the effects. Seriously, the movie uses so many different effects as its magic, and it's always a pleasure to look at. I can how Doctor Strange can be pulled out of his physical form, or the use of the mirror dimension, where our reality is shaped in a new way. And when you combine all those awesome moments together, imagine how awesome the action is. Seriously, this is the kind kind of movie that will leave you on the edge of your seat as you get so into the fights, guys, and you want to know what's going to happen next. That's how good the action in this movie is. So overall, I'm something I mainly watched to get ready for the sequel. Cool. So I must say, hey, if this movie is amazing, is great, then and the sequel should be just as amazing. Doctor Strange is an incredible MCU film, showing the finery of what they are capable of. While it does start slow at the beginning, and has a villain I want to know more of, it more than makes up for it with a highly engaging story, incredible visual effects, intense action scenes, strong acting, and very memorable characters. As this is of course a must watch for superhero fans and MCU fans, and but I also recommend this to fans of wizards and sorcerers, as you get a nice mix of it here. Also, you don't need to worry about watching the other MCU films to understand this movie, as it will kind of fill you in all the details. Stephen might have lost his hands, but he was able to find a way to make his film absolutely amazing. And I'm sure it won't be strange of me to give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next Thursday when I tackle the next episode of the reviews. Cool. Bye.